Welcome back to the Daily Dose of the Dungeon Denver podcast. I am Dutch. I'm in and around Denver, and this here is your daily dose for January 26th. The Abbeys are currently on, so we're gonna maybe make this one quick in between intermission and maybe part of the second. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We have a special daily dose for you guys tonight. This one is going to be created with love for Dave. We're gonna call him Dave. Because I don't know if he really wants to. But finally, someone, not finally, but someone, finally, someone has made comments on our audio version of the podcast on Spotify, which I appreciate. And it's one of my longtime friends, Dave. Probably one of my best friends. I've known that guy forever. But now I'm gonna shit on him. I had to do that. So it's funny. He, if you guys remember a couple episodes back, we did the Learning the New Hobby with Dutch in Hollywood, where we talked about homebrewing. And I don't know how this question even came up, or maybe it was something that Anchor or Spotify does for us. But they say that, how'd you like the episode? And Dave jokingly said it was terrible. And that he remembers that I made Harry Potter a drug addict. First of all, I'd like to address a couple things, Dave. And I'm talking right to you, buddy. A, if you ever want to come on here and defend yourself, you're more than welcome to. Or if you ever want to come on here and just chat for a little bit, catch up, you're also more than welcome to. Let me know. We'll set it up. We'll get you on here. First order of business. It's very funny how the comment was made on our homebrew episode. Because, and I don't know if I've ever told this story, but as you guys know, I used to do homebrew stuff. And I homebrewed beers. And I think I've told this story. I really do. But I had a friend who came over in my homebrewing days and opened up a beer with his mouth, with his teeth, and ended up shattering the bottle and cutting his mouth all up. Well, it just so turns out that friend was Dave. He was the idiot who tried to pop the bottle open with his teeth. I mean, he didn't try. He did. He just shattered the bottle and cut the inside of his mouth all up. So it's funny to me how that episode is the one he commented on, when that could have very well been tailored to him. Maybe I told that story in that episode. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened. I made, because when you homebrew, you either keg it or bottle. And this is when I was first getting started. And I bottled them. And Dave's a tough guy. Okay? And I don't mean like me tough. Okay? David's like, when people say tough as nails, Dave's tough as nails. Okay? He's not too bright, because he did try and open a bottle of beer. I love you, Dave, but come on. That was not one of your smarter things. But Dave's tough as nails, and he would be the one that opens up a beer with his teeth, shatters the bottle, rips out the inside of his mouth. Now on to the comment about the Harry Potter. I guess I should clarify. I don't know if you guys read the comments, but it's a good story. So I'll share it with you guys before we talk about the horribleness that is the world we currently occupy. So, I don't know, like maybe junior, senior year of high school, or I don't know, sometime around there. Okay. We decided, Dave and I think I can't remember one of the twins. We knew some twins that it was I think Connor and Morgan, and one of them decided to go with us. So there's three of us. Okay, there's me. I'm just gonna say Connor or Morgan. If I mess it up in the story, just know that it was one of them. So it's Dave and me and Connor, and we all decided that we're gonna go like camping, and I mean like real camping, because we used to go camping in high school, but we just go up to Mount Herman and get drunk for the night, or the weekend, like keg parties, hundreds of other people, stuff like that. But this time we were gonna go like real camping. Okay, we're gonna drive up to a place called Twin Lakes, and go a little bit outside of there, and then we were gonna backpack in, and we were going to survive for the week or the couple days, or I think it was a week, on the few MREs we brought, and then whatever we caught during that. Okay, which was it was a lot of fun. Um, Probably one of the best camping trips I've ever been on. We did drink a lot, but and I mean, we backpacked in. Like we didn't bring our water. We filled up our water from the lake, or I'm sorry, from the river, and used our iodine tablets. Um, you know, Backpacking, kind of camping. Well, I don't know what possessed this nerd David to bring. Oh, this is also the time that David almost died. Because when I say David is tough as nails, I mean the kid could bench press a car. Okay, like his neck was like a tree trunk. Well, if he had a neck, but David was cut. Okay, not super tall, but I mean cut. Maybe one of those guys that like couldn't wipe his ass. He had such big muscles. Well, it turns out David can't swim either. And again, Dave, I love you, buddy, but I got to tell this part. So, to get to our campsite or part of our hiking, we had to forge a river. And I mean, actually, forge a river, which, I mean, it was tough for even me. Poor little Connor's like hanging on for dear life, and David's, drowning. We all made it across. Fine. Great. Well, during the week, we, uh, we went down to actual Twin Lakes, and it's Twin Lakes because there's these two lakes that are together, and then there's like a little part that connects them, a little part of water. Okay, so we went down there to, I don't know, go fish or fuck around or something like that, and we were like, well, let's swim. I think we swam across like the connection for the two lakes. Um, I'm a fair swimmer. I made it fine. Little Connor Morgan made it pretty fine. David, I thought we were gonna lose him that day. Oh my god, he's not a swimmer. He sinks like a rock. He's got too much muscle. And it was kind of like watching him. He made it. He didn't die. Okay, so don't. But it was watching him like, oh fuck, am I gonna have to go get David, or is he gonna make it? And I think he made it to like a log, like a floating log, and used that as a life raft to get himself to where we were. Um, and then the kicker of all this is the water's like 40 degrees. I mean, it's cold water. So all you nerds who are doing these ice baths, Rogan and all you guys are like, oh, I don't just go swim in a mountain lake, you pussies. Okay, so back to the actual story. So when we're camping at nighttime, I mean, there's not a lot to do because sun goes down, you're kind of done. You sit by the fire, you drink, you shit around, and then you get in the tent. And if it's raining, you're all just kind of stuck in a tent together. No broke back shit happened. Don't even make those jokes. But somewhere in the infinite wisdom of Dave, he thought to bring a Harry Potter book. And to pass the long, cold, lonely nights, I read Harry Potter to them. Um, Now, I read Harry Potter in my own way, and I may have embellished some aspects of the story or changed some things. And as David remembers it, I made Harry Potter a drug addict. I'm not sure it's Harry. I want to say it was Hermione because her name written kind of looked like heroin to me. So maybe she was the drug addict. I can't remember. But I made Harry Potter dirty and inappropriate, and I would hope highly entertaining for everyone. And that's kind of how we passed the time at night and stuff, shitting around, letting me just, go nuts with this Harry Potter book. And that was part of the comment that Dave had made on Spotify. And it was a good time, and it reminded me of old times. So good to hear from you, Dave. Like I said, man, if you ever want to come on and just chat and shoot the shit, you have an open invitation, my brother. Okay, on to more pressing things. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, there's, I don't know how much of this is going to be coherent, but we're just going to try and get this daily dose out of the way. So there's a new, like, viral thing going around with, like, chicks at the gym who think that guys are either, like, hitting on them or staring at them or whatever. Um, all I have to say is shut up. Holy Christ, shut up. No one cares about your little gym plight there, little honey. Okay? Now, you can't tell me that you're not looking for attention when you're sitting there with like 7 webcams and shit set up like a moron while you do your little squats or whatever, or your push ups or your sit ups. Okay? So you're seeking attention. And then you're even seeking more attention by complaining, like, oh my God, this guy's such a creeper. He just came over and asked if I could get all my crap out of the way because I'm taking up 14 stalls with this shit. And I'm talking to chat during my gym thing. I can't believe it. I feel so sexualized. First of all, you are 100% intending to be sexualized. That's the other thing, man. The new thing with yoga pants that have, like, I guess the butt crack like sewn up tight, so it looks kind of like thongy and really like accentuates or whatever your butt. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? You're 100% at that gym for fucking attention, okay? Or A, you wouldn't be filming it, and B, you wouldn't be bitching about people looking at you, okay? And you wouldn't have a full coat of makeup on either. Like most people go to the gym, except when Robbie used to go, which we'll talk about that later. But most people go to the gym and they're there to work out, get their pump on or something. And if you're doing your hair and putting on makeup, guys included, and picking out your best gym attire, you're fucking nerd, okay? And if you're the one grunting and groaning, go to your own little, like dude bro gym where you guys open the garage doors in your little shed and, you know, get your workout on. Or go to your little curved gym, chickie, where there are no guys to harass you. But I'm fucking tired of hearing about it. Okay? Of course you're being sexualized. You want to be, you goddamn idiot. And if you don't, well, then you're really not doing a great job of it. Because you look like a moron live streaming yourself at the gym. Or you can just do what I do and don't go to the gym. There's other places called bars that are far better. Well, I want to be in shape, Dutch. All right, man, go for it. Or lady. I'm in perfectly fine shape now, and I chew and drink, and I'm happy enough. I have a 6-pack now. I don't want one. That seems like way too much fucking work. And then you gotta explain, like, hey, man, can't go out to the bar because I gotta go to the gym. Like Hollywood, he can't day drink or morning drink. Hollywood can't have mimosas and Bloody Marys on a Tuesday because he's got to go to the gym. Now, he is a professional wrestler, so I understand, like, his career depends upon it. But mine doesn't. So I can have mimosas and Bloody Marys on a Tuesday morning because I don't have to go to the gym. Boom. But I don't care if you guys go to the gym. Go for it. It's important to be healthy, kind of. Let's see. Avs are back, man. Tonight they're, it's tied 1-1 as far as I know. And they have won 5-6 in a row. So they're back. I feel much more confident now. I always felt confident. It was just it's hard watching that level of team lose 5 in a row. Okay, I mean it's hard watching anybody lose 5 in a row unless you're the Blackhawks, Ducks or Red Wings because that's just par for the course if that's your team. Um, we did have a ton of injuries though, which is rough. Injuries suck. Um, but the Avies are getting some guys back. We're still missing Landeskog. That sucks for him. But I mean, knee surgery. That as long as he's for the home push, I'm good. We traded for Matt Nieto. It's good to have him back. Um, so I mean, I'm confident where we're going. If Georgiev can just stay his ass on the bench, and I really think Francouz should be the starter. Let Frenchie do this, man. He's way better than Georgiev. And they're like, well, Georgiev had to play 14 games. And I was young when Patrick was around. Not like, 2, but maybe, 10. No, it's probably 20s. Yeah, shit. I don't know, man. Okay. But I don't think like every third night or every other night the backup was in. I'm pretty sure Watt played like the majority of the games. So I don't know what this new thing is, like interchanging goalies. Just pick the best one, Francouz, and play him till he can't play anymore. God. But then again, Bednar is the winningest coach in Avs history. So, what can I really say? It ain't broke. But it's kind of broke because I think we've lost more games already than we did all last season. That doesn't mean we won't be in the playoffs. It doesn't mean we're not going to go back to back Stanley Cup because I still believe that now. Man, that true fell apart. It's all over the place. Okay. So yeah, Avs are back. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to get back to the game. But we got to do this. Speaking of sports, so I guess the Bucks, this is basketball, did a halftime drag show, and it was in lieu of Pride Night. Oh, I just heard somebody scored. Avs scored, I think. Well, good for them. I think they're up 2-1 now. Let's check this out. ESPN.com. Oh, I just popped the game on. That's probably the smarter thing to do. What do you think? I agree. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what were we talking about? Oh yeah, drag show. Okay, all right. I understand that we want as many fans as possible. Okay, that's why we have Pride Night. Oh shit, that's it. How come we don't have like Mexican night, you know, or African American night, or Asian night, or anything like that? I mean, if the true goal was to expand the fan base, I mean, fine, have Pride Night, have Whitey Night, have White Dude. Well, they have Bros Night Out games, but they don't like advertise all of it and have like strippers at halftime. Okay, why not have, like I said, Asian Night or Mexican Night, where we have tacos and a mariachi band? Well, because that would be insensitive. No, that'd be fucking stupid. Just like having Pride Night is stupid. Again, I've said this 1,000 times. I do not care whether you're gay, straight, whatever the fuck you are. I just don't want to hear about it. Okay? You do whatever the fuck you want. Do not force me to celebrate your choices, though. Okay? Just like an NBA team, and the NBA is going to learn. They jam that Black Lives Matter stuff down, just like the NFL. And people are like, this isn't really my thing. So they stopped. And I think a lot of fans are going to say, hey, man, I don't really want to see a bunch of drag queens at a halftime show at a basketball game, an NBA game for that matter. It's just not my thing, especially the brothers. Like, I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not saying that they don't support gays or whatever, but I highly doubt that the NBA crowd is your ideal drag show crowd. Okay. And I know that the NBA is just trying to jam this down our throats like all the teachers and everybody else. But I mean, at this point, it's getting fucking ridiculous. Like, I can't think of a lesser place to have a drag show than NBA halftime. Maybe hockey halftime, like put them on skates, or hockey intermission, put them on skates. That might be a less appropriate place. Oh, no, no. I have a less appropriate place, a fucking school. But we're doing that now. It's just, enough's enough, guys. Nobody cares. And stop trying to force it on us. And, well, you have to celebrate me. No, I don't. I don't. It's just, it comes to it. I don't care. I don't care what you want to do. Shut up and do it in the privacy of your house. You want to have drag shows in your basement? Go nuts. Good God. Okay. Recently, Pam Anderson wrote a tell all book, which, I mean, let's be clear. She didn't write it. She dictated her story to someone who wrote it for her because, blonde joke, I don't think she can write. And there's been some quote, and I'm doing air quotes for you guys to listen, bombshells in this tell all fucking memoir or whatever you want to call it. The first one is that Tim Allen, because if you remember, Tim Allen used to do Tool Time, or what was the name of the show? Home Improvement was the sitcom. Tool Time was the show inside the sitcom that he was on. Okay. I watched that show all the time when I was a kid. It was like family night. You know, we watched Tool Time because we all liked Tim. Um, I loved him in Last Man Standing. I think it's a great show. Um, Even the Gypsy likes it, and she's left of center. So I guess, and if you remember, Pam Anderson was on um, Home Improvement as like one of the Tool girls. You remember they used to have like Heidi, and I don't remember her name because she wasn't around that long. But she claims that Tim Allen exposed himself to her on set. Like she came out of the dressing room and he came out of his with his robe open and was like, "Here's my dick." And he made a joke like, "I've seen you naked, so it's only fair you see me." Wow, that's a funny joke. I know it's not supposed to be. I doubt that actually happened. And Tim says it didn't. Um, so I doubt it happened. Also, you're Pam Anderson. Like, why wait 30 years? Like, were you saving this all up to sell books? Maybe. Or are you just making it up to sell books? More likely. Um, Now, somebody's argument would be like, well, she, made a sex tape. She's in Playboy, all this stuff. She's asking for it. So she's not asking for it. While it was a funny joke, she's not necessarily asking for it. But, uh, I mean, I don't think it happened, honestly. I think she just made it up to sell books, which, I mean, is shitty. But again, if you were, if it was that traumatizing for you and you weren't just saving it up to sell a book, why not say something earlier? Why not say something during the whole Me Too movement and all that? Well, that's not all the women are believed. Trust me, Pam Anderson would have gotten, a TV show or something. She would have been on the fucking View for a month if she had brought this. So, yeah, she's famous. Somebody would have listened to her and at least given her some airtime to air her grievances. No pun intended. Okay. And I know that they don't believe all reports and blah, 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 but there's also a lot of fake reports, and that's kind of the problem. And that's something you women need to work through, okay? Fake reporting just because you're pissed off is not a reason, or because you did something stupid is not a reason. And you're taking away from actual reports because you're a little boy that cried wolf, and then all of a sudden there is a real fucking wolf, and people are like, I don't know about that. Okay? So that's A. B, she's claiming that Stallone, yeah, I think it was Stallone, Rocky, um, propositioned her to be his like number one girl or something like that. That I believe. That I absolutely 100% believe. Now, couple things here. Asking someone to be your girlfriend is not inherently bad. Okay? That's kind of how relationships start. That's kind of how courtship and all that stuff works. Now, the fact that he's saying number one girl implies that there were going to be other ones. Um, which I mean, in Hollywood, you people have no fucking morals. So, again, I'm not entirely sure what you're bitching about. Now, I did not read the whole article because I don't really want to smash my face in with a hammer, which probably would have served the same purpose. But again, if Stallone's saying, "Hey, you want to be my number one girl?" Okay. Are you just saying again that because it's Stallone? Like, and you're doing this for clout in your book, or I don't get that because that's not really like that bad. I mean, what are you gonna be like? Well, Billy asked me out. Okay, who fucking cares? Now if it was more than that, I don't necessarily apologize because again, I don't really believe you. I think this is all just saving up for a book, and you're out of the spotlight now, and you need to be back in it because basically your entire shtick was big boobs and being naked, and it sucks when you get old and nobody gives a shit about that anymore. So maybe you should have done what Kim Kardashian did, and build an empire. Oh, speaking of Kim, did we talk about this? So I guess Kim Kardashian was a guest speaker at like Harvard Business School, and I'm not 100% that it was Harvard, but I think it was. Okay, like a very prestigious business school. Okay, and she was a guest speaker at that business school, and folks are like pissed, saying she's not, it doesn't know anything. Blah blah. Okay, now on the surface, I'll give that to you. But in real life reality, man, if you really think about it, I would put her up with some of the best business people there are ever. I mean, she's literally famous for nothing, okay? Like, I mean, I guess her dad was kind of famous. I mean, I don't know if her dad's Bruce or the record guy, because I think the Kardashian dude was in records, right? Like a producer or some shit. And he made a bunch of money and gave it all them. I mean, share with mom, lost some of the divorce. Then she married Bruce, who then turned into a chick, which that might help their fame. But now, granted, these girls were born privileged. Okay, the Kardashians, um, and they are famous for nothing other than, I guess being, I mean, pretty or and then they were given a reality show, and just got more famous. Oh yeah, he's Rob Kardashian. He's a lawyer. Thanks, Gypsy. Uh, yeah, he was a lawyer. Okay, so he made money. So they've all had. Yeah, he's OJ's lawyer. All right, thank you. I knew he did something important. Okay, but I mean, these girls. It's not like they came from nothing and built them. So they did have a silver spoon in their mouth, but they have taken their no talent asses and created fucking empires. And I mean empires. Because I guess according to Forbes or whoever, Kim K is worth like 1.6 billion with a fucking B. And her company that she runs, which I don't even know what it is, makeup, clothes, I don't know, is worth like 3.6 or something. So this chick's sitting on 5 billion bucks with discernibly no s- skills or talent other than building a business. Now, we can argue that, I mean, her business is fame and made up shit. But I mean, she still built a business, and I mean, a pretty healthy one. $5 billion. I mean, I'd take $5 billion. So I guess she does clothing, skincare, shapewear, and emojis. Again, I don't care what she does, man. $5 billion. Somebody ought to be listening to her. Now, again, people are like, does she did? Yeah, she had a sex tape. Sex sells. She dresses scantily, or used to. Now she's like 45, so she probably still does because she's got so much fucking plastic surgery. It's not even funny. Um, but you still can't take away from her that, I mean, she's a businesswoman. Like, she has built a fucking empire. Now, yeah, she probably got a lucky break with the Kardashian show or whatever. I mean, I still don't understand the appeal of that show, but that's not me. And then she took that and was like, okay, now I'm going to do what I really want, make some real money. And she did. And I think her sister, I know it starts with a K too. I don't remember. But the sister makes a bunch of money too. Like, they're businesswomen. I'd give them their due, man. Listen to them for a little bit. They, if you have anything less than $5 billion, they know more than you do. So, listen up, Chief. Okay, almost time to get back to the Avalanche. Real quick. Uncle Joey is sending tanks to Ukraine like an asshole, and I guess Trump says it's going to start World War III. I think Biden said the same thing, and he just ends up doing it anyway. And I mean, we'll talk about that later. But like I said, I'm more interested in watching the Avalanche right now, so that's probably what I'm going to go do. It's been fun so far, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Um, do the social thing. Leave your comments like our good buddy Dave at Dutch the Beast, at Dutch in Denver, at Dutch in Denver, Facebook, YouTube, all those places. Until next time, bye.